Okay. So for today's lesson, we're going to talk about participating in business meetings. Okay. So Eva, can you read us the first part?
It is important to know why you are scheduling a business meeting. Write down a list of goals you want accomplished before your meeting, and then present this to the attending members. Do not leave the meeting until you get the answers you are looking for.
Okay, you are, it means you are, but if it's a comma, we don't pronounce the A. So you're looking for, it's one word, you're looking for.
You're looking for.
Yeah, so if you see a lot of words that are like that, can you guys think of some words that are like that you've seen?
I'd like to.
I'd? What's I'd?
I would.
Yeah, okay, I'd like to. Good, right. So then we try to cut it short. It's called contraction. Okay, great. So you said present. This word is present, okay?
Yes.
So it's present if you're giving a present to Steffi, right? A gift.
Yes.
But if it's a verb, then it's present. You're presenting something. Okay. So what do you do before a meeting? Let me ask Steffi.
What?
What do you do before a meeting? How do you prepare for a meeting?
I will look their website or their Facebook fan page and know what they are update some product or something, and we can chat with our clients their product.
Their product?
Or some marketing news.
Some marketing news. Okay. So
Yes.
do you email the client first, or is there something else that you do?
Before the meeting, I will email them and check what time we can have a meeting. And before the meeting, I will search their information.
Hey, good. So Eva, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you feel comfortable to host a meeting?
To host a meeting, I think it's a little bit better before. No. It's better than before. Oh yeah, okay. Because if you are well prepared, you don't have to be afraid of it.
Okay, what made you change?
What made you I think I used to be uncomfortable is that I don't know how to improve the advertisement, and I don't know. I'm not sure what do I have to share with them. So if you just like Steffi, she prepared just like the something on the presentation. You know the goals of the presentation and the meeting, and prepare the information of it. It will be okay.
Yeah, so be prepared for it and practice, right?
Yes.
Great. That's awesome. Okay, very proud of you. So here for dialogues for business meetings, usually we have, I guess you can say 3 types that we can talk about. So Eva, let's talk about the first one.
Okay, speaker at a business meeting.
Okay, so first is a speaker. What does the speaker do?
Maybe tell someone what he or she want to talk about.
Okay, it could be someone who just wants, are they the person in charge?
What is mean is in charge.
In charge, responsible for this meeting. Or we say host.
Yes.
All right, usually it's the host. Okay, what about the second one, Steffi?
Participant at a business meeting.
Okay, what does that mean? Can you talk? You're a listener. Can you speak in this meeting?
Maybe ask some question.
Okay, you can ask some questions. Okay, number 3, Eva.
Conference call.
Conference.
Conference.
Yeah, not conference. Conference.
Conference.
Conference call, right? So in short, what's the short form? If you say, what do we usually hear? Right, it's short form. So the short form would be con call. Okay, so usually what's the difference between a business meeting and a con call?
It's not for face to face. It's on the phone. It's through the phone.
Okay, con call is usually through a phone, computer, it could be Zoom, it could be Google Meet, right? So technology helps us, and the person doesn't have to be with us. So usually a business meeting is more of a face-to-face. Okay, so that's why it's very different, and it takes time to practice how to host a con call because you don't see everyone. Maybe everyone talks at the same time, right? So you need to schedule it and make sure that people can ask questions. When they can ask questions, they know whose turn it is to talk, right? So only one person can talk, but we don't see each other. So it's a little bit hard. Okay. So that's why it's also another lesson that usually I talk about. Okay. So for a professional introduction. Okay. I would like Eva, can you tell us about this? What does it mean when I say having a professional introduction?
Be on.
So you can say this.
Okay. If you are giving a presentation, it is a good idea to have an introduction planned ahead of time.
Okay, ahead of time. So planning, important. Okay, what's the next one, Steffi?
You want to give an organized and professional first impression.
Okay, do you guys think first impression is important?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Eva, let's look at this example and try to use your company name or your position and then introduce Steffi to us. Okay.
Okay. Welcome everyone. Please be seated. I am Eva with Juby Digital. These are my colleagues, Steffi and Cindy. We are here today to tell you about our service.
Okay, so here, welcome everyone. Please be seat, not seat. Seat is the chair. Seated. Please be seated.
Seated.
I am Eva. What's your position? I'm Eva, the manager, the marketing manager, the blah, blah, blah with
Okay.
Jubit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what you say?
I am Eva, the account manager with Jubit Digital.
Good. Okay. So these are my colleagues. What if there's only Steffi with you? What do you say?
The colleague.
Do you say the? When you say these are,
She is.
okay, you could say she is. Okay. The other one, the singular is this is. This is
My. Okay.
Okay.
okay. We are here today to tell you about your service. Okay, great. So then you should briefly explain the topic and scope of your presentation. What does that mean?
Like an agenda.
Okay, it could be agenda. Okay, let's look at the next part. So you can talk about what you're going to say during your presentation. Okay, so let's look at the next part. Steffi?
Okay. To give directions regarding when questions should be asked, you can say, please hold your question until the end of the presentation. Please ask questions at any point during our presentation.
Okay, so you would only have to say one of them, right?
Yes.
So which one would you want to say and ask them to answer at the end of the presentation?
The first one.
Okay, say the first one. So what, how do you choose if you want them to answer at the end or at any point?
If I want to present some goals to make them more clear, maybe I will choose the second one because I have to check what they get and make sure with their thought about my presentation.
Okay, so make sure they understand your presentation.
Yes.
Okay, right. So asking questions in meetings. Okay, what about this? So here about asking questions, usually at any point is if the presentation is quite long, right? If it's short, if it's 10 to 15 minutes, you can say, oh, this is going to be a brief, we use this word. It would be a brief presentation, means very quick. And I will answer all of your questions at the end of the presentation. Okay, asking questions in meetings. Okay, Eva.
If do not fully grasp a concept, it is important to get clarification instead of pretending you understand.
Okay, great. Nice try. It's clarification. Clarification. Claire, C-A-R, C-L-A-R, Claire.
Clarification.
Location.
Clarification.
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 Okay, so to clarify, right? To say, about this, or can you say that again? Something like that. Can you please repeat that? Okay. So usually during a business meeting, the presenter will explicitly open the discussion up to question. Okay, so here's an example, Steffi.
Did anyone have any question before we move on?
Have any questions? Questions? Okay, so pay attention to the S. It's quite important. Okay, before we move on, and then you can say, oh, your third point was a bit unclear to me. Could you elaborate on that? So if it's on the presentation, there's something you don't understand, it's okay, right? It's okay you don't understand. Maybe the presenter was not clear enough, and it's okay to ask questions. Okay. So here, or maybe you noticed a flaw in the project, product, or plan. What's a flaw? Flaw.
Is that mean a mistake?
Yeah, good job. Okay, so Eva, can you read this? Can you read this example?
I would love to hear any suggestions or feedback you have.
Okay, so you could say, oh, I noticed that you spelled this wrong, this word wrong. Or I noticed that you forgot to put in something, right? How would you go about resolving this? So maybe there's a problem, right? So you can point out the problem and then ask them how they can fix this problem. Okay. Okay, so expressing opinions. Okay, so here is a dialogue about an upcoming launch for a new product. So product launches usually happens when there's any new products. Okay, so Eva, you will be the project lead. Okay, and then Steffi, you will be you.
Okay.
And I'll be the colleague. Okay.
What do you think about our plans for this product launch?
It looks to me like you have a lot planned before your successful advertising campaign.
I respectfully disagree with you there. The priority is to launch before the holidays, so we do not have to move this deadline.
I would suggest you discuss this further with the advertising team. Okay, so here they're talking about a new product launch. So is there a time when you think that you need to have this campaign during a certain timeline? Right. What do you think about that for marketing? You need to have this campaign before. If you want to do your 11/11 campaign, can you do it at 11 in November 12th?
No.
Right, you have to do that before that, right? Right. Okay, so you don't want to move this deadline. Move the deadline means if the deadline is today, then it's today, right? If you want to move it, like, hey, Steffi, I'm sorry, I have to move this deadline to tomorrow. And he's like, oh, no, I need it today, right? Right, so you can say like, oh, we can't move this deadline, and the reason behind that. Okay, so that's why they say, oh, we need to discuss this further with the advertising team. What about you? What do you think about, can you tell us about the November 11 event? Do you guys have some events planned?
We will suggest our client prepare what they want to what the product is on sale, and maybe we will start at 2 weeks before.
Okay, so start, we would say prior, right? Prior, would say prior. So 2 weeks prior. Right, like it means before. Prior is also something we use, right? 2 weeks before that. Okay, right. Yeah, usually I think 2 to 3 weeks would be a good time. And to remind people that, oh, there's going to be a really big sale, right? Okay, great. Okay, so the next one would be navigating negotiations. We need to negotiate. Okay, so sometimes it involves very simple issues like when to schedule the next follow-up on a project, while other times it could be more complex, like closing a major deal. What does it mean to schedule the next follow-up? What's a follow-up?
The next one.
The next one. Okay. So you got a follow-up meeting you can schedule, right? Okay. So that's a little bit, it's simple compared to if you need to close a major deal. So do you guys have to close deals, or is it usually Ember who closes the deals? Close the deal is kind of like if you have a client interested in your company and choose your service, and they say, okay, I'm going to give you money to do my marketing, and they sign a contract that they're going to work with you. That's called closing a deal.
Maybe we have some, maybe we, both of us have some experience with it. Because
Maybe?
our client, yes, because our client sometimes they want to have different media, and maybe they are Eva's client and they want to do this, and they can tell to Eva, and Eva will sign, and we can do it.
Okay. So here, Steffi, you'll be the boss, and then Eva be you.
How do you think we should move forward with this project? As you know, we are expected to present it to our clients next week.
How about we get in touch with Store Corp and discuss moving the deadline out 3 weeks?
What does it mean to move the deadline out 3 weeks? If the deadline is today, then when is the deadline going to be?
3 weeks after.
3 weeks after that, right? Okay, great. So let's take a 1 minute break and then come back to have Eva's presentation, okay?
Hey.
Hey.